brainwaves, you get beyond your analytical mind, and you're entering that operating system where all those programs exist. And 95% of who we are by the time we're 35 years old, it's a set of memorized behaviors, unconscious emotional reactions, unconscious beliefs, perceptions, hardwired attitudes that function automatically like a computer program. That means that 95% of the time people are unconscious to how they're being, right? And so becoming conscious of that, overcoming, even if you just say every day I'm gonna overcome my fear. Every day I'm going to overcome my depression. Every day I'm going to feel better than yesterday. That act of doing that you're informing the system. You're putting new information into your body that's causing your body maybe slowly every day to begin to change. And of course, some days are easier than others, but I have so much hope in that because I think that's innate in us. I think that's what we naturally know what to do when we're challenged to that measure.
I hope you enjoyed this amazing speech by Joe Dispenza. We'll continue with our daily challenge. Can you complete the inspiring quote and give us the right answer? If you can do it first, you're the daily winner. Many of you knew the right answer the last time, so congratulations to everyone with the correct answer. We were looking for 2 words, and the quote was Joe Dispenza's and goes like this. When you're
All right, folks, that concludes our first video.
Thank you so much, Brother Brayden. And we're hoping that the first video sets the tone for you to understand that we are wired in our DNA to greatness. The only thing that stops us from getting there is our emotions attached to our actions. So this video, Brother Brayden and I chose, we thought was perfect to show each of us that we have the power for change right in our own hearts. And when our hearts and our minds connect, we can actually alter our DNA to serve our purpose. And so thank you, Brother Brayden, for that. And with that said, this next guest that's coming in, we have a guest speaker today. This guest truly has a story of belief. He changed his DNA. He went from that place where he was unsure to now absolute certainty because of his belief level. So I want to invite not only our sponsor, our leader, Brother Kansu Atempatum, to all of you today. He's going to tell us his journey since December 1st. And I believe you're going to be inspired as we are to be a part of this amazing family and this amazing team of Builders Worldwide. So come on in, Brother Kansu, and welcome.
Wow, thank you. Thank you for the edification. Thank you for the heartfelt message. I'm going to tell you this, y'all got to send me that because that John, it changed my DNA in real time. So that message was really, really powerful. I thank you for what y'all have come together and have created on these Sunday afternoons. How wonderful and powerful a thought can become. And what more evidence than you need than what you see right here today. So, man, when you asked me to do this, Sister Deb, I was like, man, I should take notes. I should write details. There's certain things I don't want to miss. And that wasn't a part of the outcome of today. And I'm not saying that I slacked on it. It just was a decision I made that I was just going to kind of come off the top. And let me check the time real quick. And I'm going to keep, I'm going to keep it in the boundaries. So basically the situation was this. We know some of us had an experience in the last company. Well, the last company was my sole source of income. And so when things started, fragmenting with that opportunity, it was troubling for me. Now, I have other things that I do. I have other sources of income per se, but that was my sole source of income. You understand? So that's like, it's kind of like that's your rock, and so I had to really step up some of the other things that I was able to do to make ends meet within that time. I didn't go through what some people went through, thank God, because I do have other skills and I have, I'm a part of freelancer.com and stuff. So I take contracts and help people complete projects and just different things that they're having difficulties with in the IT space. I have enough experience that I can offer a lot of value in certain specific areas. I don't know everything, nobody does. And so I was able to kind of get through, and thank all of you who supported my course, like Brother Brayden. It was very affordable, like $100, $200, and I would do one-on-ones and teach people how to live stream in real time. So I definitely was giving the value back. It actually became so overbearing that it was like costing me so much time because I underestimated the time. But I was also very, very, I don't like to use the word desperation, but hungry is better. I was hungry because I needed to continue to pay the bills. And me and Mr. Best had laughed about this a little bit earlier, and even his son is like, when you don't have a job, it's like being in a relationship is kind of weird. I'm just keeping it 100 with y'all. It doesn't matter if you're making money or not, because they are set in that mindset where they would prefer some kind of consistency and solidarity. They want to know that where your part of the rent is coming from, or your part of the bills, or whatever it is, the agreement that you've made. A relationship does have some contractual things with it. You know what I mean? It is a type of business agreement. I don't know if a lot of y'all know that. And the more that you come to understand that, I think the better that you can make a relationship work. Here's my proof. How many relationships have failed because of finances? Woo! Divorces because of finances, right? Look at that. So so anyway, there was a big challenge there. But things started to unravel. The courses weren't panning out. I didn't have the money to launch some of the other stuff that I wanted to launch as far as the academy. All of this stuff is, based on there's just dollars behind it. You got the right money, you can do almost anything in the world, and you can launch almost anything in the world. But if you lack the money, there's an issue. And by December, I had pretty much kind of, things had started to run out of options. And I'm talking about December of this year, 2020. And, my wife, she asked questions and stuff. So she's kind of seeing what's going on. I know she was concerned. She was very, I'm going to go as far as say like crazy encouraging about it, but she didn't bother me. She didn't distract me from going out there and do what I had to do to get this stuff done. You know what I mean? And that's important. And I encourage all of you or people that you may know to give them space to get it done. Because you may not know how they're going to do it. They may not know how they're going to do it. But if you give them the space and they have the determination, it will get done. And she knows that now. And I'm just glad that she gave me that space. I thanked her for that. And I'm going to continue to, you know what I mean? Like I'm a blessing in every way possible that I can. But yeah, I was, she was looking at it and things weren't looking really good. However, I was plugged into Wealth Builders. So when you're plugged into Wealth Builders, you always have hope. You know what I mean? Regardless of your situation. So I had the hope. And then, there was a new company and they were pretty excited. And I'm like, man, what's this excitement about? Come to find out, all of this company that we're been in since December 1st is right in my field. All the stuff I've been studying, all the research I've been doing. It's kind of like a nerd that nobody else, you can't have these conversations with any of your friends because they're like, what are you talking about? And it's like, you're the only one studying it in your community. And now they open that whole thing up to me like this. They're like, this is the product. I'm like, what? Oh my goodness, it's on. And I knew right there, it was only a matter of time. And in the month of December, I was able to eat. Well, here's what I did. I invested $99 because they didn't even have a package yet. If you want to call it an investment, I made an acquisition, a $99 acquisition from within the company. Let's say this correctly. I made a $99 acquisition of some very soon to be very, very valuable cryptocurrency called G999. So I got a cryptocurrency acquisition. And from that acquisition, I was able to no longer put any more money into this company at all from my pocket, from outside, from pulling it from somewhere else, I'm saying. Now, I do put money in because I'm smart enough to pay myself. But in a way, it doesn't feel like you're putting money in, and you're not once you understand it, because you're just really converting. You're converting one currency to another currency. See, I'm going to show everybody something. I'm going to either do it today or tomorrow. I'm going to, this is what I'm going to title the stream, right? I'm going to say how I turned $4,000 into $12,000 in 60 days within our GS Partner ecosystem. Now, look, it's going to sound like a scam, right? Because all I'm going to do, I'm going to take $4,000 in Ethereum. I've been saving my Ethereum. I don't use any of it. I decided that's my core savings. But I also know something about the coin. I'm going to take that core savings that I have in Ethereum, which is good because it's liquidable, right? And I'm going to buy myself 1 million coins. I'm going to do it in real time. Now, this is how I'm going to make the money. I'm going to show everybody. I'm going to do all of this. I'm going to buy the coin. And when the coin goes up to its median price of 2 cents, I'm going to put my Ethereum back. Do you understand what I said? Now, yeah, I will have to sell a little bit of the coin. I know that's kind of a no-no, but listen, do you see that how you, within this ecosystem, how that you could profit greatly? And the rest of the coin, of course, I'm a hodl forever. I'm just going to put my initial investment back. Do you see how that works? I'm just trying to give y'all some ideas. There's so many different ways to make money here. You would almost have to be foolish to stay broke. Right? So let me get back to the story. I didn't know what I was going to do December. And, you know, I didn't tell her I didn't know, but I didn't know. It all paid for itself. Not only after that $99 acquisition that I had made, not only was I able to get the $150 package that came out on the 15th with money that I had acquired through the company that they had paid me already, I also bought hers. So I bought me and her a package from the rip with money that was already acquired. That money went on to continue and pay all of the bills for the month of December and put some money in my pocket. And it had me fired up because it's the first month in a brand new opportunity. I done paid the bills, bought us a package. I didn't have much more than that, to be honest, in that first month, but it gave me some momentum and some drive, Jack. I was like, oh yeah, this is how we're doing it. And it's in my field. Oh man. So my goal was, you know, I had a big goal for the next month. And the goal had actually, I had superseded the expectations of the goal, which has rarely happened for me in my life because I set big goals. And it made me set even bigger ones and bigger ones and bigger ones. And I tell you this about goals, it's not whether or not you hit them. You set that huge goal because what it's going to make you strive for. You know, you're going to get close to it. And that's a powerful statement in and of itself. And many of us are going to hit them. Like, let's be, all of us are going to hit them. I'm going to give you that, you know, that inspiration. But man, and so, of course, it went on to progress. I seen the momentum and I really started to fill in some of the blanks, some of the things that I wasn't doing that Mr. Best and Mr. Dalco had been telling me to do. Simple things. I'm not going to specify, but just simple little things. Little things. I'm talking about even from like I was playing around talking about the phone that I was using and the application that I was using to send my blast. I'm like, because just little simple things, I tried to fill in all the blanks. And I still got some work to do, admittedly. But here's the thing. If you fill in those little blanks, like once you got the boat going, now you got to just check for holes, you know, fill in all those holes, fill in all those blanks. And man, you're going to be able to go wherever you want to go. And then, man, in that last month, you know, we had 7 executives on the team. Can you imagine last month, if the stats had been what they are now, the team and I would have had international executive, right? But, you know, it was a little higher at that time. We had tremendous volume. And so then I was like, wow, now, you know, we're on a path. But see, the thing about this path is that you got to be careful because building momentum is a little bit more difficult than losing momentum, right? It's just almost like climbing a cliff. Like you could make one slip and be all the way at the bottom, right? But you could be at one point where it's so hard to get to that next part, but you got to keep going. You got to get to the summit. And once you get to the summit, like Mr. Best teaches, you're going to see there's even higher mountains. And that's where I'm at right now. That's why I'm like, I feel so humbled. I feel like I don't feel like I've done anything in a sense, because I see what really we can do. And this is what's so important about our success. And also, look, people ask me, they said, I had a friend, he said, yeah, so you're a little bit successful now, blah, 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 blah. You know, he's kind of hating in a sense, but he was like, you're a little bit successful now. He said, so what did you tell people all that time before you were successful? I said, well, I told about other people's success. You know what I mean? I told him about Mr. Dalco's success, told about Mr. Best's success. And I kept doing that until I could tell him my own story. And that's what I'm able to do here today. And I thank you for allowing me to come and do that today. But I just want to tell everybody, I have absolute evidence, as it's been in my life. And the car is one thing. Like, I'm in a mindset, we're positioned to buy a house. I don't want no debt. I don't like paying somebody else to be in their property. That doesn't sit right with me. So the next thing we're doing is we're buying a house. It's going to be this year. I plan on becoming a millionaire this year. And if I can do it, any of you can do it. And I want you to do it. You deserve it. We're going to be a millionaire summit. You're going to have to be a millionaire to get there. I love that. I'm going to be in the VIP of the Millionaire Summit. How about that? You know what I'm saying? With that being said, I'm getting out of here. I know we had some other tremendous guests. Thank you for the time. Awu.
Oh, Brother Kansu, thank you so much for sharing. You know, as you can see, family, and for everyone in attendance, we get this inspiration from this brother every day. When he says his DNA has been altered, as you saw in the first video, that is evidence that his DNA has been forever altered, as well as all of ours. Wealth Builders Worldwide has helped us to rethink and unprogram ourselves just to reprogram what we have already innately in us, which is greatness. So thank you, Brother Kansu, for your share. And Brother Brayden, I know you want to share a little bit about Brother Kansu and his comments and his story before you start the next videos. And then we have an amazing guest speaker coming right after. So the floor is yours, my co-host.
Woo, Brother Consul, you get me every time. When you listen to that video and then you hear what Brother Consul said, you can tie the two videos together. But the funniest thing is about the next guest that's coming on. I heard so much of him in that same video. Changing your DNA. Changing your DNA. This man constantly reminds us that you need to reprogram that computer with new information. Dr. Joe Dispenza just gave us the clinical definition of what Mr. Best has been telling us since we've known him. So it couldn't have been a greater example of watching Brother Kansu make that transformation December 1st to 5 months later, debt-free car, no financial worries, free man in America. Brother, I'm trying to be just like you. And we're going to jump into a 4-5 minute video that's going to kind of help us do, and Brother Consul, you'll like this because you did this earlier today. It's going to kind of help us get into a space where we can take the time to be mindful of what's going on around us, clear our thoughts, shake off the impediments of our old thought processes. So with that being the case, we're going to hop into the next video, and then we'll be back with a special guest.
So, what is mindfulness? Mindfulness means living in the present moment. It is a psychological process to be aware of to what is happening right now surrounding us. When you are mindful, You are simply observing your different negative and positive thoughts without judging them. It's about focusing on your breath and letting be aware that you are not your thoughts. It can bring some good long-term changes in your life and has the ability to contribute in your happiness. It makes higher your brain functioning, it increases your attention, lowers your anxiety, boosts your memory, enhances your intuition power. It helps you in making fast decisions. By practicing mindfulness, many people got benefited and got rid of problems like depression and anxiety. Celebrities like Kobe Bryant, Ariana Huffington all practice mindfulness and they consider this is a great tool for their success and peace of mind. So in this video, I'm going to tell you 10 ways to practice mindfulness, and this is going to be a two-part video series. And in this first part, I'm going to show you first 5 ways to practice mindfulness, and in the second part, the other 5 ways, as I want you to proceed step by step slowly in practicing this. So let's begin. Number 1. Listen to the sounds. Try to listen to the sounds surrounding you. The sound can be of anything, like the sound of birds, the sound of people talking, the sound of vehicles passing by, etc. No matter how busy you are, it doesn't take extra time and effort to observe the sound around you. Do it like this. When you are observing sound, then at first try to recognize 3 particular sounds around you. After that, gradually increase the number of recognizing sound. This practice will benefit you in gaining your awareness. Number 2. Feel the gravitation. We all know that gravity is attracting everything to the center of this earth, but no one pays attention to it. So next time, pay attention to it. At the time when you are walking on the street, climbing up stairs, or even taking rest on your bed, try to pay attention on the gravitational energy that is pulling you. Just be fully aware that there is an energy that is doing its work and present with us all the time. Number 3. Let go your mind. Instead of sticking to a place, our mind likes to roam around. It goes one place to another by thinking one thing and then something other. This generally distracts you from witnessing the present moment. As sometimes you might have wondered, often you get lost in your thoughts without your realization, and you return back to your consciousness when maybe someone calls you by your name. So next time when you observe many thoughts were coming in your head, just be aware of your thoughts. Let it go. Observe where the thoughts are taking you. Then slowly, without giving much effort, bring your consciousness back to the present moment. Number 4. Pay attention to your hand. Well, this may sound weird, but this is one of the great tools to practice mindfulness. Whenever you do any work with your hands, observe it. Think as your hands are someone else's hand. Be surprised with the different works your hands can do. Observe your hands when it's tying something, writing something. Feel the texture of different things with your hands. If you're washing your hands, feel the soap and water. When you are getting dressed, feel the texture of your clothes. Pay attention to the movements of your hands. And number 5. Mindful showering. Generally, when we shower, different thoughts come in our mind. Thoughts about our work, thoughts of past and future, etc. But next time, while you are showering, do something different. Try to pay attention to the temperature of the water in your body. What its temperature like? Is it hot or is it cold? Observe the sensation you are getting when the water touches your skin. Listen to the sound of the water, how your fingers are applying soap. Think that all your negativity is getting washed away with the water. So these are the 5 powerful ways that you can practice to be aware of your thoughts, to be mindfulness. Practice these and hope this will help you. I'll post another 5 ways in the next video. Till then, enjoy heavenly bliss.
And we are back. Sister Deb, will you look in the chat for one moment?
Yes, I did answer yes.
Okay, we will proceed. And then we will
Thank
be
you, my
back
brother.
with our guest.
Hello friends, this is Yuan. I've been practicing mindfulness for 5 years, and I don't strive to be perfectly mindful throughout the whole day. I'm aware that a lot of us strive to be the perfect Zen master, and we often feel shameful for not keeping up with mindfulness. That's why it can be common for us to experience blocks like limitation in time, energy, and space. But it's okay to give ourselves permission to be gentle, so feel free to incorporate these practices in your own way, in your own unfolding. I try my best to commit to these practices as much as I can in the present moment through intentional practice. At times, I'm not able to do so, and that's okay. Also, it's not required for us to all be Buddhist to practice mindfulness. I am simply a student of my Zen Buddhist teacher, Thich Nhat Hanh, or we often call him Thai. I'm open to all religions and paths of spirituality, so feel free to join me on this healing journey. I would rush to everywhere. Now I take my steps slowly and with intention. My pace became slower, and I started noticing my surrounding more. There is so much striving and rushing, but when I finally invite peace, I can be more grounded and connected with this earth. Sitting meditation is a simple practice of being attentive to our physical sensations and thoughts while sitting upright. If I have negative emotions, I simply let my anger, my irritation, and pain flow through me without being too attached to it. I can practice this when I'm working at a cafe, traveling, resting, and everywhere I choose to be. I can adjust my posture and try my best to sit upright, but I also struggle with keeping up with it, so it's okay to do what is comfortable for our own body. Bell of Mindfulness is a teaching from Thich Nhat Hanh's tradition. I set up a timer on my phone that rings throughout the day so that I can remind myself to breathe deeply and to return to the present moment. So if I am stressed out and rushing the day, the bell rings, and I remember to let tightness just melt away and to take conscious breaths. Practicing mindfulness and self-care does require knowledge, commitment, and time. And when I was first starting out, it was difficult to absorb all the information I wanted to know about mindfulness and self-help in a limited time, especially when I was feeling overwhelmed with work and didn't know where to start. Practicing mindful learning is so important in my practice. That's why I use and recommend Blinkist, an app that can serve as a helpful tool in deepening the practice of self-care and mindfulness. And I'm very appreciative for their kindness for sponsoring this video, and I'm truly grateful for their work and message of making information accessible to many people. I know that Blinkist is the only app that offers best insights, need-to-know information from thousands of nonfiction books and condenses them down to just 15 minutes so that we can easily read or listen to it. This allows us to learn valuable insights without requiring too much time and energy. We are offered a variety of books, including self-help and health. I use the app often in my life, and I love how it allows me to learn from the teachings of my favorite writers without being limited by time and space. I can quickly digest content in a short time, and I can also use it to remind myself of affirmations and motivations from self-help teachers. I enjoy it especially when I'm traveling, working, and when I'm outside, just having a relaxed day. I loved listening to Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now because he reminded me of the importance of being grounded in the present moment without worrying about the future and my past. And I have also learned deep insights from my teacher, Thich Nhat Hanh, and his book, The Miracle of Mindfulness. his teachings always reminds me to be compassionate and generous. I know that having a teacher and someone who can guide us is so important in our practice of mindfulness and intentional living. So the first 100 people to visit Blinkist.com/healyourliving are going to receive unlimited access for a week to try it out. I also offer...
All right.
In the interest of time, I'm going to stop this short. I'm going to post this link into the WB for All chat group, and you can send it out to everyone. And it'll contain all 3 videos. But we are looking at the hour, and we don't want to belabor the moment. We have a special guest, and we would love for Mr. Best to come to the front and have some few words, sir.
Yes, sir. Mr. Best, welcome to our huddle today. You know, I found it funny that she mentioned that her Zen master was Thai, and you seem to be our Zen master, sir. So much love and much respect.
Oh, hold on.
I caught that reference right away.
Hold on. I got to do a little bit more, if y'all don't mind. You know,
Please.
this brother here, man, y'all don't know. He's the top of the top. You're gonna see when you get in here if you're new. But this is that guy. When you get a call from this guy, you know you done something, or you done something, right? when you get a call from this guy, you know that you're important for one reason or another, man. And he is actually the you know, this reason we're all here together today is because of him. I mean, and it's that simple. Like, this was his dream. Now, can you imagine? Look at the panel of people. Look how spectacular. Hold on, I'm gonna get my video on. Look how spectacular this group of people is. These minds, these geniuses. And this was the brainchild of some amazing, amazing people. And one of them is here right now with us. And I want to bring him in, you know, the way that I bring him in. So Mr. Tobas, come on in and talk to us, sir.
Well, first thing, good afternoon. I said, I don't know what guy you talking about. The other day, somebody told me, said, I give it to you straight up, no chaser. And then today, I love this. They say, when you get a phone call from him, you see a phone call, or you either done something good or done something wrong. For all the guests on the call, please understand, I am not the boss, okay? I am not the boss anyone. In fact, my whole motto is find people doing something right and tell them. If they're doing something wrong, do everything you can to ignore them, unless they're about to get ran over by a bus. Right. I mean, I'm serious. My last been, unless they're about to get ran over by a Mack truck, that's the only time I'll pick up the phone and say, hey, you may not want to do that again. Otherwise, because we're gonna learn by our mistakes. And so I'd rather have a person out there making all kinds of mistakes. As long, look, I don't mind my child falling down. I don't want to fall off a bridge. I don't mind him falling on the ground, scar his knee, scratch his knee, bump his head. I mean, all that's a part of growing up. Well, it's the same thing in this business. And so the only time you ever, if anybody new listen to get a phone call from me, is I think you're about to get hit by a Mack truck, or you're doing something so egregiously wrong, not gonna hurt me, but it's hurting you, if that makes sense. Okay? Like when I make the statement, I know I get people upset when I said, when you're trying to ride 2-3 horses at one time, I said, you got the right to do it. I said, but I just, after 30 years, haven't seen it work for anybody, but you got the right to do it. Okay, I'm not telling, I can't tell you what to do. I can't dictate what you do on your own or with your own time, but my experience is that don't tend to work. Okay? And when I say 2 or 3 things, I don't mean you got a job, okay? And you got another job and you got your network marketing business. I'm talking about trying to recruit people in 3 things at one time, 2 things at one time. That's the challenge, okay? It creates a confusing message for new people. So let me stay on point. Ms. W, number one, thank you for inviting me on this platform. You and Ken, I appreciate it. Thank you all for having me. Thank you all, number one, for having me. Thank you for that message. What an important message. So I made 3 notes myself. Number one, what you said, those 2 videos right there, absolutely incredible. those videos are the scientific thing of what we do when we say plug into the system. The system is sort of like the hack. Without teaching you to become a scientist of the brain, we know that when we get a person to plug in every day at 10:45, to get on every single thing they possibly can, we know that without them even understanding what's happening, they're changing. Their DNA is changing. Their mindset's changing. Their attitude is changing. They're learning things and concepts and ideas about how to grow and build and achieve that they've never heard before. And we know that if they stay in, when they stay in long enough, they will change and they will get it, and the universe will open up for them in a way they never could imagine. Okay? Without them becoming a scientist on the brain, without them going into straight Zen mode, without them understanding every single aspect of how they've been conditioned and how they're now by plugging in or being unconditioned or being conditioned to think another way. Okay? We had a saying back in the 80s when I first got in the middle, we call them KISS. We said high intensity success seminars. KISS, high intensity success seminars. Okay? Because they're going in there and undoing 16, 25, 30 years of program about success. It's like most people come in this business, they don't even know they're not free. I had a guy yesterday tell me, well, he woke up at 55 years old and realized that he wasn't free. Now you understand how subtle it is that 55, it dawned on me, his desire to be free woke up in him at 55 years old. Because the boss said to him, don't you go home until you finish this project. And something, his manhood or something rose, wait a minute, you can tell me I can't come back, but you cannot tell me I can't go home. Okay? I'm off track a little bit, but I'm trying to make a point. What we're doing is educating people as quickly as possible, realize, hey, look, freedom is possible and you're not free. If you're selling 40 to 60 hours of your week to someone else for minimum wage, for average salary, then you're not free. Oh, see my battery on my phone. I was trying to get the link, the ID number from you and double Nixon password so I can go on my laptop. So I knew my cell phone would dial on me. It's not gone yet. I got a few minutes. But if we disappear, anyway, I got to plug it in. But let me come.
Just so you know, I did send it to your text and your messenger for either device.
Oh, okay. Well, I might crack out and check back in then. Okay. But I'm gonna be finished. Look, I was gonna be long. I'm gonna stay and answer questions as long as you guys want to. But I'm gonna cover a couple things. Something Brother Carson said. Number one, the gentleman said, well, first, let me talk about this. This is the middle of the month. This is the 18th. And many of you have heard me say that some 40% of volume will be done in the last 7 days of the month. I want to encourage you. Congratulations to all those folks who got director done already. Congratulations to whatever rank you've hit. Man, that's fantastic. But do not let the first 18 days make you think that's what the month's going to be like. I guarantee you, trust me on this. I've done this too many times, especially in this type of compensation plan that's rank-based where you get paid based on rank. I'm telling you right now, you got things going to happen in the next 13 days going to blow your mind. So I want you to keep that big goal in mind. Keep that big dream in mind. Keep whatever it is you got in mind. Say if you want to be executive by the end of this month, keep that in mind no matter where you are right now today because it's not relevant. You run to the last second of the last day. Okay? When the computer says it's over, that's when it's over. The old saying it's not over till the fat lady sings. Well, it's not over, period, until the computer says it's over. I want you to hear me because I see some, like you got 10 or 15 of your team started rank automatic. That takes you to another rank. So now for all those folks who are listening, who have not hit director, set a goal. I don't care if your volume $100. Director's only $10,000 of volume. You think it's a lot of volume? It's not. It's 10 people, each one of them getting $1,000 package. You just did 10,000. Or 20 people doing 500. Or 100 people doing 100. See, it's not when you break it down that way, you realize it's not that much volume. Okay, one person could come in and say, "Man, I want a $10,000 package." I bought 3 $10,000 packages last week. I bought 6 million coins last week. Okay. Now, of course, I'm in a different position in the business, but there are folks out there with jobs who got $100, $200, $300, $400,000 sitting in 401k, can go buy 2, 3, $10,000 packages like that. See, do not base your business on your finances, where you are. That's what the whole attitude hack is all about. You've got to believe that as you get positive and you start seeing the positiveness in every single thing in your life, this thing will open up for you in a whole nother way. Now, Brother Consul, what he said and what the person was alluding to, which one comes first? The chicken or the egg? The success or the money? See, this is an ongoing thing in this business. People say, well, I can see why you succeed because now you're succeeding and all you got to do is show people your success. Well, if that was the case, based on Mr. Delco's success and my success, we should already have 1 million people in the business, right? If all we had to do is show them our success, I mean, we've shown them back office month after month after month. People see Mr. Delco's back office, they see my back office. That don't line them up. Why? Because that's so logical. And then they start to rationalize. Well, you know, Brother Consul, W. Nixon, you special. I can see what you got director done or national. You special. Okay. I can see what Danny James got done. Danny, you special. Oh, I mean, people will rationalize this kind of stuff. So that doesn't matter. They have to come inside themselves and make a change. And Brother Consul was perfect and said, I told other people's story. That's the same thing I've done before I was so-called successful in the business. And believe it or not, it's even more so now. Once you become successful, the key now is to continue to tell other people's story. Okay? Tell your story last if you can, but tell other people's story, especially upline story for edification standpoint. But the other thing is tell success stories of people on your team. I spend more time telling Mr. Delco's story, telling Brother Consul's story, telling Eric Tari Muhammad's story than my story. I tell Nikki Knox's story. I tell anybody's story. And I say my story is sort of like the hammer when I get somebody to come in with an attitude and want this thing for real, then I'll slap my story in. And I soft sell it. I say, man, we got people making all kinds of money, including we got some people making $100,000 the first month in the program. And they might say, like, who? I said, well, me. Okay, that's why I tell my story to a prospect. I don't come out blasting saying, let me tell you, I don't talk about I've been free for 25 years. Man, that don't mean anything to a prospect. But third-party validation, so let me tell you the story. And you tell us, and you hold on. Let me get Brother Consul on the phone. Let me get Deborah Nixon on the phone. Okay, let me get Danny James on the phone. Let me get other leaders on your team on the phone. That third-party thing is powerful, especially if you've done edification properly. So if you just go, hey man, here's my buddy Consul, man. Consul, talk to Jim. That's ineffective. Well, I shouldn't say it's ineffective. You're making Consul have to work too hard. Okay. But if your story was, hey, look, man, I got to introduce my upline brother, Consul, man. Consul, man, oh my God. Let me tell you something. This brother way back in December, man, he was wondering how he was gonna pay his rent. Man, that brother done made so much money when I bought a Mercedes, paid cash for the thing, man. Hold on one second. I don't know if I can get him on the phone. But hold on one second. Boom, you dial them up. Now that's edification. Now they gotta go, oh my God, I'm on the phone with somebody making some money. Okay. And constantly have to get on the phone and sound like he boasting. It's the same thing. I know a person has not been plugged in. When they get me on the phone, they say, hey, here's Tyrone. I'm like, I'm not obsessed with being called Mr. Best. Mr. Best is to help build your business. Okay, it's just you and me on the phone. You can call me Tyrone. I don't care. I'm not tripping. Okay. But to your prospects, your people, okay, it's Mr. Consul. Let me get Mr. Consul. Let me get Brother Consul on the phone. Let me get Miss Nixon on the phone. You got to be there all the time in the understanding who you're talking to. Now, let me cover this thing again about the mind hack, and I'm done. Okay. Then I'm going to try to log in on the laptop so I can stay around and hang out with you guys before my phone go die. Plug in. I cannot, Mr. Duck and I sit back all the time and we go, who's plugged in? And we go, they making money, they making money, they making money, they making money. Wait a minute now, watch this though. Here's something to get you. We got some folks making money who are not plugged in. And I get them on the phone. You know what I say to them? I said, here's the mystery of the business. Let's say you made 10 grand last month and you're not really promoting the system to your team. You style your team, you really doing your thing. And that's great. That's great. That's great. I said, well, here's what has not crossed your mind, what have not occurred to you. So what? I said, you made 10 grand, but maybe you would have made 20 if you were plugged in. So you haven't asked yourself that question. In my book, this book, which I'm in the process of redoing, it's not out there, you can't get it. Images of Success. I said, one of the enemies of success I've learned is success itself. See, you have unlimited income potential here. You can get to a place and call yourself comfortable at 5 or 10 grand a month, okay? But you always got to ask yourself, could I do more? Could I do something different? And what I say to leaders all the time who are not plugged in, I say, yeah, you made 5 grand as money, you made 10 grand, or you made 20. I said, the question you're not asking yourself is what if I had plugged everybody in? Could I have made 50, 60, or 70? See, so you never get to a place in this business where you go, I'm there. I'm King Kong in this thing. You always look, okay, I earn $100,000 a month. You know, I keep asking myself, I keep dreaming bigger. Why? Because the dream makes you stretch yourself and look to become better, to do more. I said, look, and what I got to do to get to $1 million a month? That makes me keep searching, keep looking, keep reading books. That's why I read 3, 4, 5 books a week. Okay. I keep saying I made one little tweak, one little thing that I can do within me, within the system. Okay. Like we're still learning how to utilize the Zoom thing. We started just poking around with it. Now we find out, wait a minute, I got to take this Zoom thing to the next platform, just like we did meetings. I got to utilize the Zoom like we utilize meetings. See, back in the old days, said everybody supports the meetings. So you might call a meeting, and you might have 10 people on the team there on your team at the meeting. But because everybody supported the meeting, the whole team, 100 people show up, it fires up your team, and then your group goes from 10 people to 50. Well, we got to use that same philosophy with Zoom. That's why I said, now announce your Zoom that you are doing on a power call. Announce your, because everybody got different schedules. We need stuff going just like we do all day. I guarantee there's a lot of folks on this Zoom that are not in Miss Nixon's downline. Okay, a lot of folks, guarantee. I don't know how many, but it doesn't matter. But all the folks here support. It's like we had a Zoom yesterday from 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock. Okay, I guarantee there's quite a few folks there that was there to support the team. So the Zoom effort got returned to a team effort. Now I'm saying, okay, 4 to 5 Zooms a day, 4 to 5 Zooms a day. Back in the 80s, it was 5 or 6 meetings a night, 5 or 6 meetings a week, 5 and 6 nights a week, 5 and 6 nights a week. That was the battle cry. Now the battle cry is, hey, I'm going to 4 to 6 Zooms a day. 10:45, go rocks, that's a Zoom. 12 o'clock, that's Zoom. 9 o'clock, that's a Zoom. You throw a couple of Zooms in there. Watch this now. You start out, you might only have 5 or 10 people attending some of these Zooms, especially the ones you start on your own team. But all of a sudden now, you even look at Wealth Builders Worldwide. We average, I don't know, 400 to 500 people a day on the power calls. And then we got, 3 to 500. We got 3 to 500 people coming on every single Zoom, sometime with a burst up to 1,000, and then 1,000 plus people see the recording. That's why we're going to 100,000 people just like that, okay? Because we up this thing. And so I'm glad to be here. Plug in. Plug in means get on the power calls. Plug in means learn how to edify, be on the train every Sunday night, texting everybody, invite them to the thing. And then the last thing is learn how forcing yourself to read. Okay? Force yourself to read. Okay? I don't care if it's 5 minutes a day in a book. Okay? You just read a little bit of something that blows your mind. Okay? I read one book Friday night because I got motivated to read it. I got motivated to read this book. Okay? I've had the book for years, but I hadn't picked it up to read it. And then some things happened on Friday. So, you need to read this right now. Well, it's just that God smacked me upside the head and said, you need to read this book right now. This is what I mean by the universe going to make things happen for you. Can I tell this last story? And then Deborah said, I want to turn it over to you. And I'm going to see how I switch up and be on my laptop, okay? But for this phone, look, person on the team, they got a, well, I won't call too many names, but let's say, they got this professional athlete looking at the business. Now, I walked down and they told me the whole story. I said, great. Let her chat with him. I walked down the hall within 10 minutes of having that conversation. The guy's book is sitting here in my hallway, been in my house for 5 years. Alice bought it a long time ago. I just hadn't picked up and read it. I just haven't picked up and read the book. But it's been here, and I didn't have to look for it. I got 1,000 books in this house, but when I got off the phone, this person, I mean, within 3 minutes, that book was right there in front of us. Oh my God, there's this book. I said, God, I don't know what game you playing here, but you're having a good time with my life right now, boy. I picked the book and read the book in one night. Okay. And then gave me some real insight into this gentleman and what his family's dealt with and things like that. So I'm telling you guys, man, you're on the right path. Give God the glory. Give the universe the glory. If you don't believe in God, get it. Understand there's a power at work here bigger than you. Whatever you choose to call that power, I don't want to get in that dialogue debate with you. Okay. But I hope you understand. Okay. You still got to work. You still got to do. Okay. Okay. The universe is energy. I'm thoroughly convinced the universe is energy. Okay. I mean that. I've just seen it. I've seen it more in the last 8 years of my life than at any time. Well, I shouldn't say that. I think I'm a miracle just to be here. I had a brain tumor at 30, a brain tumor at 31. Lived to talk about it. Had a heart attack 6 years ago. Well, 7 years ago now. I'm still here to talk about it. Okay. So when I say to God be the glory, I'm not trying to say you. I'm just trying to tell you my experience. And I respect your experience, and I can't wait to hear your story. So I'm going to turn it back over to you, and I'm going to see how I log in from my laptop. And I'll be answering the questions and comments as long as you want us here. Miss Nixon, okay?
All right, Mr. Best, go ahead and get replugged in, and we thank you. We look forward to you coming right on back. And wow, how profound is that information? You know, he really is the Wealth Builders Worldwide Zen Master to all of us. But it was our intention today for you guys to take some things that you heard and put it into a daily practice, because plugging in first means plugging into you. So find some content out of those videos, and Brother Brayden has posted them, and we'll make sure it gets posted in the Wealth Builders Worldwide Facebook group so everyone can access them. But those videos had something for everyone about disciplining yourself to have a daily practice so that you can plug into self, have mindfulness, you know, think about everything around you instead of letting the world fill your mind and you forget about your greatness. So everything starts within, and I'm so happy that you are all with us today. And we're very pleased to know that as one family, we are helping to change the world. Don't think that's different for a minute. Every single person in this room today is here because your greatness is shining through. So whatever pieces of personal development you have left, make that your goal. Add that to your daily goal. And you absolutely will come out of the ashes as a flame, not only for yourself, but for your team and the world. And
Hey
that's our
sis.
goal. So thank you.
Hey sis, can I take us out on some reggae music? I
Yeah,
like to do Brayden's favorite.
Very girly.
absolutely. But I think Mr. Best is coming back in with his laptop, sir.
Oh yeah. Okay. No, we ain't going nowhere then.
But
And of
Brother
course she
We
Brayden,
ain't
gets
going
it.
nowhere. So get used to us. And look, I also peeped how you had said how Tich Nhat Han. Now he's also one of my spiritual teachers, and I also do recognize
Get your
and
headphones
know.
on, baby.
I also do recognize and know that his nickname is Ty. I didn't want to bring that to y'all. Y'all did that. I didn't leak that. Look, y'all talked to W. Brayden. Y'all want any more information on that? I did not tell y'all that. But yo, his nickname is Ty, spiritual master, over millions. Listen, it gets deeper than y'all think, and I just don't want to get spooky on y'all, like, cause we don't deal with spookism here, you know. As Sabians, we don't deal with that kind of. But look, without being spooky, that brother, you know, Ty Best, in his physical form, is absolutely more than any of you could. I'm not going to tell you what you can perceive. I'm assuming that most of you do not perceive who he actually is. Real talk. And I'm not going to tell you my perception because I'm still getting my own interpretation. But that brother is much more than a Network Hall of Famer and the CEO of Wealth Builders Worldwide. Much, much more. Y'all will see.
Thank you, Brother Kansu. You know, you reminded me of how much greatness is in each one of you. Because sometimes I think you forget about who you are and how absolutely amazing you've been created. And so this is why we do this every Sunday. This Family Development Day is the last day of the long week that we had and the door opening to the new week. And so when we come together, it's all about just making sure you find some practices in place that keep you connected to your beautiful self every single day and go after this thing, because without money, we cannot change the world. So remember that. So Brother Brayden, go ahead. The floor is yours, sir, as we wait for Ty Best to come in. He's going to come in and answer any of our family's questions, and then we're going to get out of here. So come on in, Brother Brayden.
Whew. Another powerful Sunday. I like to think of these sessions, and what we try to do is fill up your gas tank. We've gone through 6 days of work, recruiting, building businesses, putting out family fires, putting out work fires, life fires, and we need to stop and take some time to put some fuel back into our tank. And so my wish is that the information today put a few gallons in your tank, get you ready for the next 7 days of battling with life, because it's a battle. But it doesn't have to be a stressful one once we know how to mitigate and change our DNA to be one with the battle. Every battle is not designed for destruction. Majority of them are designed for peace. And so I hope that we can find the peace within ourselves to broadcast peace to everyone else and change their DNA and see Wealth Builders Worldwide at 1 million strong, changing lives on every corner of this globe. Sister Stephanie Lassise, you have a question?
No, sir, not a question. I just want to give great thanks and appreciation for all that you guys do for us on Sunday and every other day for that matter. It's not just Sunday that you fill our tanks. For 13 years, you guys, I gave my all to everything else, forgetting about me, forgetting about my greatness. And with the gasoline and that's been poured on through this team, through Wealth Builders Worldwide, it's truly been a life-changing experience. And I want to just show appreciation and gratitude for all that you guys do.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you, sister.
So you matter too, and we see your growth. We recognize that you are putting into practice the things that you're learning. So you are a tremendous, tremendous part of this team. And we can't wait to cheer you on when you get them ranks, and you'll be able to tell your story of when you get to the other side, because you have greatness within you. And we see it every day, sis. So thank you very much for sharing with all of us. And I know Mr. Best is trying to get in. And so with that said, who do we have here that's not in the United States or Canada? Do we have anyone here from around the world? Hi, Sophia X.
Hi, Queen. How are you?
I am beautifully fine now that I see your face in our room. Thank you, my sister.
Well, God.
So I was just wondering if we had any international guests, because we were going to absolutely ask you to tell us where you're from and how long you've been in the company, as we are waiting for Mr. Best to come in with any questions that you might have. So if you have If you are here internationally or are building an international team, um, we'd love to hear from you. Because Wealth Builders for Life is right now working toward communication to be increased around the world. And we've now put together an international huddle through WhatsApp. And we want to make sure that none of our brothers and sisters abroad feel as though they are left behind. We're going arm in arm with this thing, guys. So,
Sister
Hey,
Deb, I
Sister
see
Deb.
Brother Michael.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I see him too. Oh, there he is. I think I see him.
Brother Michael, can you hear us and give us a little shout out from your side of the world?
Yeah, good afternoon from Cape Verde.
Yes, come Cape Verde. Hey,
Yeah,
brother, introduce yourself and let the world know who Mike from Cape Verde is on WB4L.
yeah. My name is Michael Uche. So I reside in Cape Verde in an island, in a beautiful island. So though I came in later, but the few moments that I'm here is always the same, always fired up. So you guys are the best. You guys are amazing. And from what Ty Best said, man, every time I heard a word from him, it was, I don't know the right word to use, but it's like a charger, plugging a phone on the charger gets charged up, So I'm really grateful. I'm grateful. I'm blessed to be among this team. So you guys are amazing. Awoo.
Thank you, brother. Your presence matters too. And congratulations on making rank. I'm sure you're helping Danny James understand the importance of our connection worldwide. And you represent Danny and WB4L in such a beautiful way, brother. Thank you so much. And any way we can help grow your international team, we got you. We'll do this together, arm in arm.
Yeah.
And Brother Kansu, I know you were waiting to come in, sir. Come and join us as we're still waiting on Mr. Best.
Oh yeah, man. Shoot. After I heard Mike from Cape Verde in there, man, he see, and this is something that I want you all to know. You got people that are already living your dream, joining this business. Can I get an awoo to that? You got people that are already living your dream. Right? Woo. You got people that are already living your dream joining this business. So I want to ask you all, how does it look? You know what I mean? If you're not taking this stuff serious, you got people that he didn't have to join this. He got a big, beautiful house, amazing family. They look like, the beautiful Jamaican Brady bunch or something, right? Like they're out there chilling, like they got all the amenities of their time at their disposal, and he knows the value of being here. So my passion and what I'm saying is like, what is everybody else missing? What we're trying to get to, some people who are already there want to be where we're at. Ain't that deep? Where we're trying to get to, some people who are there want to be where we're at. And that's all I have to add. Awoo.
Hey, Brother Kansu. Thank you for your words and for your encouragement. I am supporting Mr. Best in the background. He'll be in momentarily, fam.
And I
So
thought
to
just for
anyone
the
who,
fun of it.
I'm sorry, Brother Brayden, I was going to do the same thing as if anyone wants to comment about today's practices in the videos, I thought that would be a great thing.
So, Brother Michael, which island are you on?
Bovista, yeah, that's one.
Bovista?
No, that one, yeah.
And this is off the beautiful coast of Africa, correct?
Yeah, is in the middle of Atlantic Ocean.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I know we got some people talking about buying islands. You going to be
Definitely.
talking to the government about buying this country?
No, the country itself, we have a little bit of island that is empty, you know. So that is my goal. That is my goal precisely. Just a small island by the side of this. You can see the smaller island over there at the side there. Yeah.
By salary.
That's it. That's the reason I'm here, man.
All right.
Yeah.
So you see it, family. We have members who are going to own their own island.
Can't wait.
And it can happen. Or should I say it will happen.
Yo, put me down with that opportunity, man. I got some money on that island. I just, I want my spot there. That's all. But I'm definitely putting something up on that.
Yeah, I got some information for you. This Brother Roosevelt in the U.S., North Carolina, the team Believe. There's a brother that I'm trying to recruit that's over there in Africa right now. He has his own real estate business. It's called African Investment Guide. And he helped the star in Africa to buy land over there in Rwanda, Gambia, South Africa. That's somebody you might want to connect with, Brother Michael. It's called African Investment Guide. I already started investing now over in Africa. His name is Nixon. He's on YouTube. And I'm trying to get him on the team. So maybe you can reach out to him since you're already over.
Yeah, hot, baby, hot.
Feeling hot. Oh,
Okay.
Would anybody else like to add? I know we've had some great people on here. I saw Lady Lisa Gordon in.
yes. So if anyone has anything you want to share with a daily practice that you do that's going along with our belief tank being raised, do share, because we're all students of each other, right?
Yes, indeed. Brother Mustafa Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for joining us today, sir. Malta Myers, I see your hand up.
Hey, family.
Ma.
Man, am I echoing?
No, ma'am.
Okay, good. Yeah, I want to just add in something to help encourage those that aren't ranking. Trying to say it in a way that doesn't come off. Okay, so personally, what I met in team building, I had to do, like Mr. Tybet said, some trial and errors, right? And I did notice that no one, like Joseph Height, Michael Dalco, Ty Best, they're all my Facebook friends. They see my stuff, and nobody said, "Hey, don't do that." So, and then when there was something that I was doing right, they would say, "Yeah, keep doing that." But it was I didn't feel like I was left to sink or swim. I did notice that the difference between that and what I was used to. So when you're in that world full of non-dreamers, as soon as something rubs wrong or doesn't feel right, the first thing they want to do is stop you dead in your tracks, right? So that's a way of capsizing you. Is that me? I'm sorry, I have two things going on here. So let me make sure that I'm not drowning myself out. Let me cut one of these out. Okay. So can you all hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, well, that not being capsized, not being told that don't do that, like like a little kid approaching a hot stove, because I was that kid that approached that hot stove, and I'm still that kid that you can tell me it's hot, but I need to see how hot for myself. Okay, I gotta touch it. I gotta tap that thing one time, and then I'm gonna say, "Oh no, I'll never do that again." Okay. And then when another child comes along and I see myself in them, I'm gonna say, hey, you get burned, okay? And when I see them, they're gonna persist upon touching it. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna see it. And I'm like, right? You're not hurt. You okay? I don't do the "I told you so." I don't do that. Oh, poor little baby either. I do that. But did you die? No, you didn't. So you'll be fine. Now you'll be better, right? Another thing, building your spirit is like building your immune system. When we were kids, we were out there. I was drinking water out the hose, y'all.
You're not alone.
I was doing something like that. Remember the 30-second rule? Hey, that's new. Back when I was coming up, we picked that thing off the ground and it had a little dirt on it. We say, "Dirt don't hurt. God made dirt. Dirt don't hurt." Eat that thing. Shoot, your last nail later fall in the dirt, you would blow that thing off and keep on going.
It's up to God.
That's right. That you give it up to God.
I still do that with my kids.
You know what I'm saying? So like when all these the different texts, they always say they go back to your childlike mind. And that's what we have to do with our experiences. When we drop our little now later on the ground, okay, pick it up, kiss it up to God, and throw it back in your mouth. You right? And I'm gonna relate that to say this. Now I said all that. Now I can say what I was gonna say. If you haven't ranked yet, it's because you're not ready. You're not ready. You still gotta suck on that now and later a little more. Okay? Maybe you have another pack left in the bag of candy. Okay? So working on yourself and increasing your ability, that is a huge part of ranking also. Because when you're not I don't want to say likable, but when you're not open and receptive, then people won't be drawn to you. And if you do get those people drawn to you, it can be a drag like you are. So don't be a drag, right? You gotta you gotta figure out ways to pick yourself up. Me, I like to just go outside and drive. I like daredevil stuff. I like to go four-wheeling. I like motorcycles. I like racing. I don't like going to jail. So we have those things where you break tracks out and stuff like that. You get permission to do things. Also, I don't like going about things idiotically. So I'm a NASCAR tech grad. I wouldn't say everybody just, if you want to race, just go jump in your car and put the pedal to the metal. I have put work into certain things, but it's an interest that I've been in since a child. So I just want to write all that to say, have fun. Continue to grow yourself and know that growing yourself is also building your team. Because there's so many people out here in this world, y'all. And look at us. It's like we're a little piece of a huge puzzle. We're a cloth, a huge woven tapestry. So I'm gonna mute myself back and thank you for inviting me. Thank you for letting me speak in.
Oh, Sister Maltemeyer, the Sister of Zion representative. There's nothing but love that exuberates from everything that you do. And that goes for each one of us here. We're just at different places where we've been working on ourselves. Some have just started, some started a while ago, but we're all at this place together for camaraderie so that we can be students of one another. How beautiful is that? We're just students of each other.
He says there was something that came to mind after hearing Maltemeyer. I want to play it for y'all real quick, just a few seconds.
Thanks, bro. We couldn't hear it.
Oh, you can't hear it? Oh my goodness. Hold on. Let me make sure. I thought I was doing something. Yeah, it says computer sound. Okay, share it. Let's try it again.
Remember.
Y'all couldn't hear it?
We heard remember.
We heard remember.
Oh, okay. All right. Forget it then. It was just a thought in my mind, but it was a little phrase I had. But what I wanted to say is Multimeyer. I mean, I know I'm not the first one to say this, and I'm not going to be the last one either. But shoot, I'm comfortable with being in the middle. So you definitely add something just exceptionally special to this team. I don't think nobody knows what it is yet. I don't think you yourself know what it is. But the brilliant and beautiful thing is that's what we get to do. We get to manifest destinies. Whew, man, I'm done.
Well, I am the flicker to the flame. My name actually means that. Malta and Meyer mean the same thing. I'm the Meyer, the Malta, the flicker to the flame. It's meant for me to start those. I have these fires that are in you already. And sometimes you just need somebody to come and lift you on up, get you going again. And then when you ignite it, see, like, I look at it as like beacons, right? And sometimes, like, okay, you ever see the birthday cake? You see all those candles right there. If someone's turned 100 years old, you never notice that you don't put 100 candles on that cake. You go get 3 candles, okay? And say 100, right? And you put those. Why is that? Because when you're such at a phenomenal rate, it's better for your light to be spread out, right? What good is it to have 100 candles, 100 little candles on that one place? That could start a huge fire. But it's better if you have that one candle in this corner, a couple of candles in that corner. Someone that's turning 10 years old, that's beautiful to them, right? Because that whole cake is lit up like that. And I look at us like that. If we're spread out and we're burning it, we're on fire, then it's going to change the world. We're changing the world right here. We're doing.
You know, Maltemeyer, for those of you that don't know, I know that her story is about to come from the ashes to the flame when she gets to that point where she defines that she got to the other side. But when y'all hear her story, what she wants to do to give back to the world, I'm telling you right now, y'all have no idea. You haven't even seen her fire yet. When you find out what she wants to do to help the world, this is truly a divine group of people. We are not together by accident at all.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have Mr. Best back with us. So if you have any questions, this would be a great time to get them addressed by him.
Welcome back, Mr. Best. We missed you, sir.
Hey, you guys continue doing what you're doing. I'm being fed. I'm just listening. So I'm serious. I'm just listening and enjoying it, man. Please, because I get started talking. I start talking forever. But you guys know what to do. You guys are already doing it. So I like to hear everybody's story and the questions, the comments, what's going on all around the world. So, unless there's a particular question, I'm just listening. In fact, I'm listening to my son. Alexander, you listening too? Mm-hmm. All right, we checking it out. Okay, let's go.
All right. Hi, Alex.
Thank you, sir. Hey, Alex.
Hey. If anyone has any questions, comments, or something that they want to give to this gathering before we close out.
Miss Jacqueline Addison.
Raise your hand.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hi, Mr. Best. I just wanted to ask a question. Hi, I just wanted to ask a question on the video number 3, when it talked about be mindfulness. I missed the first 2 points. Can you bring them out again, please?
Well, Miss Jacqueline, Brother Brayden is happy to bring out the points of that 3rd video. Mr. Best was our guest that sat there and got to enjoy them with us. But Brother Brayden has the points, and he can actually share that link with you so you can watch it again also. Because it's nice to listen to things more than once. Every single time I do, I learn something new, and I'm sure it's the same with all of you.
The links are already posted in both WB4L chat on Facebook and Wealth Builders chat on Facebook.
Okay, thank you.
Well, thank you for
Bye.
that.
Someone else have their hand up? We'd love to have you come on in and say hi to Mr. Best and add your input or what daily practice of mindfulness is doing in your life and helping you with your team. So we'd love to hear you share that for those of you that have a daily practice. Well, you know what? I'll do it.
Me.
Oh, wait, did someone have?
Miss Sophia X.
Yay, come on in, sis.
Well, good day and assalamu alaikum and Ramadan Mubarak. Thank God for today.
Ramadan Mubarak.
Ramadan Kareem.
Gorgeous.
Ramadan Kareem.
Well, for me, walking is my best. I love walking and talking to God at the same time with walking my dog. That's where my mind, I clear my mind from all the bad things that I'm going through within my household.
And sis, tell us how that works. I mean, as you walk and talk and you're clearing your mind, how's it helping you as far as, you know, your own personal development? Because your mic is closed, so I wanted to invite you to come back in.
Well, it's helping me to focus and to change. I'm trying right now. I'm at a time where I'm building a relationship between me and God, Allah, between me and Almighty God, Allah. I'm not really doing too much with the business. I come in, I plugged into the business in order to learn. But other than that, I prospect a few people online, but no, I'm working on self first. There's a lot of issues that I'm going through at this point in my life. Okay, so on that, I thank God for waking me up, and He gave us a beautiful day today. So it's almost time to go and walk my dog and get my mind cleared.
Well, thank you for that share, Mr. Best. How would you address someone as Sophia today, sir?
You know, as she was talking, I was saying to myself, she's more than halfway. She's doing what needs to be done. The fact that even in whatever she got going on, she had the presence of mind, the conscience of mind, and the discipline. Congratulate yourself for just plugging in. Well, see, the biggest mistake most people make is when life throws these crises and curves at us and all this stuff we deal with, they unplug. But they don't understand the key is to plug in, because it'll help you through the stuff. You'll overcome the stuff. We're not going anywhere. I've been doing this for 38 years. And believe me, in this 38 years, I've had all kinds of stuff knock me off course and still got free and still got here and still helping people. Okay, I was testimony earlier today. You know, I said, I talk about it, 2 brain tumors and, 2 brain tumors, a heart attack. And then my wife just passed 2 months ago. Stuff happens. This is the challenge of building this business is life happens. And of course, life not going to take a holiday because we got a dream. Life said, yeah, we got a dream. As Dr. Miles Monroe says, what life going to do is it's going to test the authenticity of that dream. We're going to see if you really want that thing. Okay. And that don't mean, look, I told myself, look, when Alexander was first born, I think I took about a year where I wasn't what I call hardcore focus. I didn't quit, but I wasn't really truly focused. I was sort of like tapping at it. I plug in a little bit. I hear audio tape. That's how I did plugging in the 80s. Listen to audio tape, read a little book. I kept doing those fundamental things. But what you're doing is important. Keep doing those fundamental things. And give yourself time to grow, give yourself time to succeed, and give your team time to succeed. And you'll get there. And then you'll pat yourself on the back when you realize, oh man, I overcame all these things and kept going. So hallelujah. I'm talking about, keep doing what you're doing. You're right on the money. I salute you for being here. I mean it sincere. That's not just a pat on the back. That's a home run. You are here in spite of all the stuff going on.
We thank you, Sophia, for your share and much love.
Yes,
You
sir.
know,
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Best. And thank you, Miss Queen.
yes, my queen.
I said,
Ramadan.
Miss RG TG. So glad to have you. Let's go ahead.
Greetings, 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 everyone, my family, mi familia. Love you all. I just want to share something in honor of my dad. Today is his birthday. It would have been his Earth suit birthday of 100 years. So if he was still wearing his Earth suit, he would have been 100 years old today. And I remember, I think either I had just gotten off of the power call. This happened maybe about 3 or 4 years ago, excuse me. And I was reading over some scriptures, and it was like, hold up. My dad's name is John. He was born 418. So I want to share with this because he was the first John that I ever knew. So I want to read First John 4:18 as encouragement, inspiration to what we're doing. And it says, there is no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear because fear involves punishment. And the one who fears has not been perfected in love. So when that scripture came to me and it reminded me that my dad was the first John I ever knew, and his birthday happened to be on 418. I said, wow, okay, so I'm going to take this personally as a message to me because I stopped worrying about things happening. Like Mr. Best says, and I want to piggyback off that. That's life. Life is supposed to throw things at you to either course correct where you're going or change the way you're thinking or show you another path and where you should be walking. So with that being said, I was able to say wherever I am, regardless of what I'm doing, there has to be somebody there that I'm supposed to touch. I'm supposed to either touch their lives, give them a message, give them a smile, give them a hope. That's why the second part of that says there is no fear in love. That's why it says the one who fears has not been perfected in love. Because no matter what life throws at you, if you think of love first and think of what can you do for this person first, it doesn't matter if you are in the pit or the palace. You are there for a purpose. You're there for a reason. You're there to bring hope. You're there to change a life. You're there to change an atmosphere that will help them become or to do what they need to do next. So no matter where you are, and that's why I love networking, because wherever we go, we are the mouthpiece of God. Wherever we are, we're to show hope. Whatever we do, like Mr. Best always says, it doesn't matter the product. We are the vessel that carries hope and carries the light in someone's dark time or in someone's dark life. That's why, Danny, I love you. I'm sorry to pick on Danny, but you know that Danny, to see the transformation on how the light now shines within you to give hope in a time that is so challenged, to give hope in a time when there may not be any hope, to give hope and inspiration to people who may not feel, oh my goodness, I can do this. for you to do what you're doing, I know that I can. And Malta, thank you. I might not be ready to really take it off and run with it, but I know. And this happened to me. I was talking to my children. I was actually talking to another team member. You know, they were saying, well, you're gonna have to take the vaccine to fly, or you might have to take the vaccine to fly. I'm sorry, y'all do. I say, well, I guess I have to buy my own plane, because guess what? I ain't taking no vaccine. Praise God knows everything that there is to do. He has given us herbs for the healing. He's given us land. So I guess instead of Kansu, look, my brother. So glad you one swipe on your car, but I'm working to one swipe on my airplane. With that being said, may everybody have a very profitable, lucrative, productive, massive, passive, income producing weekend. Let's kill it.
Oh,
Let's
I ain't taking
go.
that vaccine either, sis.
RGG.
I protest beautiful.
I ain't taking that vaccine either, sis.
Let me tell you, I'm not either. And
Ow.
let me tell you, Rhonda, you just opened up a beautiful can of worms, because I declare that we will have a Wealth Builders Worldwide fleet of planes that will take us to our islands. Amen. Count it
Amen.
up.
Amen.
I feel that, sis.
I
Yes.
see it. I see it too.
Or we'll grease the wheel.
Oh my gosh.
I see it.
Or we'll
That's
grease
right.
the wheels of the politicians that will let us do what we need to do.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
That's right. Look, I
Oh,
already
God.
see the. I already see the plane. I haven't seen the plane for 2 years in the back of my mind. In my mind, with that WBW on the wing.
That's
So,
right.
believe me, I haven't seen that. But then somebody said fleet. That's whoa. I'm still thinking too small. I was thinking about a plane.
What?
Somebody said fleet of planes. God knows. Man, look, I'm 66. I'm trying to retire here. Okay. I said a fleet. I said, I was gonna be having one that'll carry about 15 or 20. You want to get a fleet? I said, oh Lord have mercy. Okay.
We gonna need some yachts too.
That's what people do, get a thinking bigger.
Yes.
I snuck in to add one other thing. I don't want to call it names, but just that story I told earlier about the person I was talking about Miss Rhonda Gail Turner, because we were having that conversation. I won't call names. We ain't gonna name drop on this call, but I just want her to validate the conversation we was having. And I mean, literally, I text her a copy of the book. You get the book. You get the text, Rhonda.
I don't know, but you talking about the audio book?
No, I got the book in my house. I text you a
Okay.
copy of the book. I text you a copy of the book. Said, look, I mean, I walked out. We finished talking. I went right down the hall, and the book's sitting right there in front of me. My son read the book 5 years ago. The book's sitting right there in front of me. I read the book Friday night after we finished talking.
Wow.
Okay, but anyway, we had that conversation about you know who, and the conversation you're gonna have with him later on because you know him. So,
Oh, that conversation. Yeah. Okay.
so you bad as I am.
Hey,
You talk.
hey,
See, now
hey.
look, you know you talking to somebody who work in the business. She don't even remember who she talking to. Okay, I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about the person you were talking about. You supposed to get back with.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Talking about his challenges, and when you mentioned to him, I told you. I said I know we got his book. I walked in the hall, the book right. Like God put the book right. I didn't have to look for the book. The book was sitting right on the table in front of me. We've had the book for 5 or 6 years. I read the book Friday night.
There it is. A divine
Incredible book.
connection.
Thank you.
I said that's validation. So anyway, so when you do get him on the phone, please feel free to give me a call because it's an interesting story. I didn't have the same. Anyway, I don't want to talk about it too much, but point is, anyway, great message. Great hearing your voice today. And back to you, Miss Nixon.
Rhonda Gail, thank you so much for sharing your love. And you're right. We're going to end this note with some nice music for us to groove on our way out to our Sunday. But before we hit that music, I want to share one thing with all of you. I want you to remember something. Love covers all things. And as long as in Wealth Builders Worldwide, we remember to keep love first, love for self, love for people, and keep sharing this message. we will all be arm in arm on our millionaire island. So let's go, family. Much love. And I can't wait to get in that Wealth Builders Worldwide plane, Mr. Best. I'm ready. So if you could send us out, family, Brother Brayden or Brother Danny or Brother Kansu with our
Ow.
I do.
Go.